Alright, I'm doing it. It's finally time I got myself a Nintendo Switch. But I consider myself to be a savvy consumer. I'm going to do my research first.
A Nintendo Switch is a software design that plays games informed by videos online via an internet connection. A Nintendo Switch uses a tablet to play the games online. A Nintendo Switch is helpful as it switches on the television, can talk to your friends while chatting, supports voice calls, and can check the battery's lifespan after charging.
Alright, sold. Buy it now. And while I wait for that to arrive, let's check out a game called Airblade for the PS2. Airblade. Sounds pretty epic, right? We're gonna need an epic transition for this one. Airblade. There it is. I stole that transition from my boys over at Sweaty Couch, by the way. After you're done with this, go check them out. Their content is super dope, super well done. You're super welcome. But make sure you type in Sweaty Couch and not Sweaty Coach. That's a different thing.
Alright, so Airblade is a game for the PlayStation 2 developed by Britain-based gaming company Criterion Games, and is considered to be a spiritual successor to one of their earlier titles, Trick Style, on the Dreamcast. They would actually go on to become quite a successful little company with the development of the Need for Speed and the Burnout series. They also had a handful of other fairly successful releases as well that were not related to racing, and Airblade is not one of them.
What the hell? Hey, what's going on?
Look for the others and find the Airblade.
What the hell's going on?
They must be after that package Oscar brought back from work.
Well, let's go give it to
No,
him.
wait, dork. You go grab the package. It's under Oscar's bed. I'll meet you across town at my hideout.
Why do I have to take it back?
Because I'm doing a diversion, Ethan. Now go.
Cortez, Brady, let's start upstairs.
Okay, back off, jackass. I just phoned the cops.
Honey, I own the cops. Get her, boys.
Yeah, boy. Get her! Yeah, she's getting away.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
What the?
Oh.
Yes.
So if the over-the-top, loud-ass looping music track over the very impressive voice acting, and the general lack of information left you a little confused, allow me to explain. Oscar works for the GCP Corporation and has recently perfected a hoverboard prototype called the Airblade. But for various reasons, the company has decided to shut down the project, and Oscar, in a fit of frustration, decides to steal the hoverboard and stash it away in the apartment he shares with his rad skateboarder roommate, Ethan. The GCP Corporation busts in like some shady dystopian government enforcement agency and captures Oscar, while Ethan and computer hacker Kat make a clean-ish getaway with the Airblade. So yeah, I'm not actually sure who the good guys are here. Oscar stole both the physical and intellectual property of this privately owned company and made us accomplices, but also the GCP Corporation, which I don't even know what that stands for and they never really said. It's pretty clear that their hands are far from clean as well, and that low-key anti-establishment counterculture underdog in me wants to see this clearly corrupt organization crumble into the dust of yesteryear. But holy shit! Did you see what that hoverboard just did to that vehicle? This thing is an unstable weapon of totally radical destruction, bruh. Like, the GCP Corps is sus as fuck, but this thing needs to not be on the streets. Alright, so if you couldn't tell already, this game embraces a very similar aesthetic to the Tony Hawk's games, save for a couple of key differences. The music, which is kind of like that hip-hop electronic house funk hybrid style that the SSX franchise is well known for using, and also the physics, which feel like a watered-down version of one of those zero-gravity cheat codes. Honestly, it's awkward, but after a minute, it isn't terrible. And the more I play it, the more it's actually kind of awesome. Like, I really applaud the ingenuity here. In fact, they even talk about it in a making of video that's on the main menu, but we will get to that video later. But this is nice. It feels like I'm on a space surfboard, just flowing along on the unseen waves of anti-gravity, and each leap is just a gentle bounce off of an unseen trampoline into an effortless lift. But that's about where the fun ends because each level is more or less the same. There's a time limit, there are some thugs to knock down, some cameras to smash, some vehicles to grind, some snipers to run into, some tricks to pull off, and honestly there's not much more to be said. It's a Tony Hawk's clone that tried to set itself apart with this whole hoverboard thing. It's playable, but not playable enough to want to keep playing it. The story is so overdone to death and back again with the whole evil corporation thing, and while the music in the THPS franchise has basically defined who I am today, the music in this game is befitting. But about as forgettable as that thing I was supposed to do earlier today, but I didn't because I smoked a bowl and played Tony Hawk's Underground instead. Like, even that making of video, which I kind of mentioned before, is absolute dog water. Like, I was genuinely excited about this video, but then this was the video.
Hiya, I'm Emily Newton-Dunn. We're here at Criterion Games in Guildford to find out how Airblade was made.
And we can make a little stick man that moves exactly the same. We used some professional skaters, some proper UK skaters for Globe, like Matt
Brilliant.
Pritchard and Matthew Davis. So, and they came along to us and we spent 2 days with them. We built ramps, we built some boxes. We got them skating on boards, we got them holding props. We did some really great stuff with them.
How difficult was it to come up with
You know,
tricks?
I remember getting on the school bus as a kid, and everybody was talking about what a total fucking prick Eric was in Tony Hawk's Underground, when he somehow superimposed himself into that video of you pulling a McTwist over the helicopter in Hawaii, and how he stole your pro status, and how much we all wanted to smash his smug, shitty little face into the fucking ground. But nobody was talking about when Oscar got kidnapped by the GCP Corporation in Airblade, and that's because nobody gives a shit. Sorry, Oscar. Anyway, the game froze on me after like the third level or so, and I just never went back to it. So, Airblade for the PlayStation 2. Yeah, it's not bad. Play it until it freezes, and forget about it.